Hi guys, welcome back to Kit Car Direct and MK Sportscars. Well, another week's flown by. It is Friday, but we thought I'd give you an update on some of the projects we've been doing in the workshop this week. It's all exciting, everything's getting changing and moving and parts have been bolted on. So we crack on with Richard's RX-5 here. Big change this week is the obvious thing, power plant, engine's in. Engine, gearbox, prop, all bolted up to the diff, that's all in now. Engine mount's done, alternator's fitted, we've just got the belts to do and a pop and pulley on that to finish off. But yeah, that's all detailed in rocker covers and the final plenum's got to go on here. Oil filter and a few other bits and coolant lines and that, but the main thing is the engine's in. We've connected up the braided clutch hose line down here, made those as well. Steering link bar is in. Everything there at the front is buttoned down, and then it'll be the exhaust manifold and that will follow on here. As you can see, the bulkhead panels in for the electrics. They're all basically, most of it's tied up now. Fuse boxes here which bolts on this side, so you can access once a dashboard and scuttle and everything's in here, you'll be able to access this from underneath. Relay systems in as well, which is up here. That's our new wiring harness loom, which we spoke about over the last couple of weeks. I know you've seen that, guys. So we head on round to the back. Let's have a look what's going on here as well. Well, some nice shiny stuff. I love the shiny stuff. New calipers on the rear here. New discs, cross-drilled and grooved as well. Standard Mazda that we run on the rear, standard calipers. The handbrake cable, that's all in. That's a standard Mazda. As well, comes direct from it. So again, if you've got the donor car, guys, and if you didn't want it and the cable's in a good serviceable order, you don't have to put new on. If you know, age related plate wise, you can stick in your original cables. We've done that before, many customers have, and they're usable. Same as a fuel filter which you saw last week, and a fuel filter bracket, new filter obviously, but brackets all usable that we use for it as well. Cables are all in, braided hoses are in, ready to connect up down here. These are on the Mazdas, they're banjos. But we supply these ready-made, so you don't have to do anything yourself. We supply them in a kit form, which bolt on here on the banjo form. Brake pads are in as well. So we've tidied most of the back end up there, and the same on this side. It's all been done on this side. New calipers, handbrake cables, discs, bearings, everything's done on that side and buttoned up. Heading on down the front, we've got very nice wheelwoods on here. These are our kits that we spoke about the other week with our brackets that we make. Vented stock Mazda size disc, the 256, cross-drilled and groomed vented. All new hubs, everything on here, bearings, very nice as well. And also the braided hoses. Now, we've had a couple of questions, Neil tells me we've had a couple of questions on this braided hoses. Now we fix it. Now, we have a few different setups that we do, but also many kit manufacturers do things differently. So this is what we do, but there may be an adaptation you'll be able to use on your own kits if you've got another make or model. So we have a bracket that's welded on here. Now you could make that bracket, I suppose, and rivet it on if you don't. If not, you can go through the side panel. And when it comes through here, this has to link and goes into the caliper. It's a 1/8 MPT that goes in here to a M10x1 on our fitting. But depending on your wing stay, mudguard bracket, whichever you want to call it, sometimes for clearance in this area here, you have to put on a 45 degree. This is like the 45 degree, and it's a different. Then we have this adapter that goes into here, it screws into here, so it angles it away, which you can do either this way, so it angles the cable away, and this way, whichever way. So to clearance on your bracket, this cable or braided hose on lock to lock, so if you're turning the steering from one way to the next, you must make sure you can change the orientation on this, that nothing hits or interferes with any wishbones in any way. So if it's sitting in the middle here, we turn full lock one way and full lock the other, which is this dude, you see it's not interfere with any metal components. That's an IVA really thing that you have to do for passing. So if it's up here, chaps, and it's hitting when you're on full lock, you can loosen this off, rotate it around and lock it back up via these two nuts. But that's just a little tip for you. You may already know that, I don't know, but it's something that it could be a simple fail on a day, and it'd absolutely annoy the hell out of you if you failed your IVA because of something similar like that. Because if you crack it off, you've probably got to re-bleed your brakes again. So simple tip there. So yeah, most of that's coming together for Richard quite nicely. And we'll crack on next week. We've got exhaust manifolds to go. We've got interior panel sets, which is, in fact, the back panel is now bonded and riveted in. Blackhead rivets on this. They're 4.8s. Blackhead rivets that we use on them. That's sealed and bonded in. We've got the side panels here ready to go in once we've finished tidying up all the centre tunnel. All new. The handbrake sections in with the switch mechanism. That's all in as well. So that's coming together quite nicely. I think you'll agree they go together quite easily, really. These kits, there's quite a few Mazda kits out there selling extremely well, but it gives you an insight, chaps, of a sort of full rolling chassis without the wheels on, but full rolling chassis and how it comes together. You got any questions on that, or if you want to know another little simple tips like these braided hoses, drop Neil or me, Sean, a messenger, email, etc., and we'll try and answer the questions for you. Cool. Right, let's see what we've got next. Right, so S2000 time. Woo! Mazda S2000, we love it. Right, some improvements again. You know, we reach out. Willwoods, though, always our go-to partner on this. So these are Sierra. These are a solid disc rather than vented, which you see on the Mazda. Here's a top tip for you, actually. Let's have a look at it. See the difference here, chaps? These have got a lot of heat-proof paint on them, which we've done. Which we haven't done on this one yet, but there's nothing worse than when looking inside your nice shiny wheel, and I'm going to show you something over here in a minute, a nice shiny wheel, and you get a nice crusty rusty disc all done. A little bit of heat proof paint in this area, it cleans it up. We've done it on the rear on this one, which we'll show you here. Same principle. You know, over a period of time they will go all rusty and horrible, so if you keep them paint protected when you wash your car, there's nothing worse, and you've got a nice, you know, CXRs or whatever it is, the new wheels that we'll show you, we've got some over there. It's going to look a bit manky. So that's a top tip. Looks nicer, cleans it all up. I know you like detail. If you're building a new car, you want it to look as new as possible. So, yeah, with the S2000M, so we put the wheels on the front. They're gone on. We've got standards on the rear. I think we spoke last week. So if we go from one side to the other, this is like a complete assembly now, fitted up. So we've got the billet bearing carrier in here. We've got our brake disc adapter running up to our standard Sierra rear Cosworth based caliper with a braided hose coming off that you'll screw into here. As again, making sure, chaps, when your suspension's going up and down, that this does not hit any other components. Quite important that. A standard Sierra rear disc on this, and we're going to be running a wheel spacer because it's going for an extra wide arch. So that is completely assembled, and we thought we'd leave one here. This is the component form farm here, because obviously you've got your billet bearing carrier, your hub, your flange that goes on, and then a caliper with a bracket. So that's kind of a fully assembled side and a non-assembled side to show you, which we've done on the S2000 car. We've also been fitting the interior panel kit is in. That's been trimmed and modified, and that was a kit that parts that the customer actually supplied me to modify and trim. So that's been in. Fuel pump, fuel line, you can't see it very well, I don't expect you to, but fuel pump and the filter under here is a little billet filter under there, linked under the swell pot you can see under there, chaps. Hopefully it'll give you an idea of what's in. Again, we've put the moving around to the front, we've put the bulkhead panel in, that's gone in as well, and we've pre-drilled and put everything in, these little saddle bushes in, pre-drilled all of these in, ready for just to run the electrics as well. All the prop shaft has been modified this week, so this is a prop shaft here. This is a S2000 one, so it's going from a Ford end to the S2000 gearbox. We've modified that as well this week, so that's been sectioned, ready to go in before engine, gearbox, etc. goes in there as well. So that's kind of rear end's nearly there. We've got the handbrake cable here, we're just modifying that, ready to go in with the handbrake lever, which are going the same. Slightly different, it's a Ford based handbrake lever. They sit in the centre. The Mazda ones sit offset like on here, but the Ford ones do have to fit in the centre, unfortunately, with the way the half moon, this half moon mechanism works. That has to sit in the centre, so you'll see a change on that one there. So yeah, it's kind of where we're at with the S2000. Let's see what else we've got over here. Right guys, we're over at the Mazda RX-5 Turbo demonstrator here. You'll probably see a change to this. Biggest change, wheels. Wheels are new rubber actually, so new wheels, new rubber. So I think you probably heard out there in the grapevines, been some issue with, you know, our go-to partner has always been Pro Race or Compomotive. On the 15-inch, it's always been the Pro Race wheel. Well, they're not really being available, and I can't see them being available anytime soon. We're trying to push for that, and then we're getting different kind of dates thrown through. So in the meantime, and it may be something we're going to be running pretty much permanently anyway, because I think it's a cracking wheel. We've sourced now, and we've got in stock also these. They're 15-inch wheels. They're 6.5 by 15s. 35 offset, which is one we would do. These are shed now with the Toyo R 888Rs. Cracking wheel. I mean, we've done our best to source, best to sort of similar design. This sort of has a homage, I suppose, to the CXR, this part. And this is a slightly thinner spoke than the Pro Race 1.2, but they're only 200 grams difference in weight. So, you know, price-wise, pretty much comparable. We're doing an offer on them at the moment. They'll be on the website. Neil may throw up a link. I've got a few sets of these in stock, and I think they look bang on. They're in the anthracite grey. They don't really do black or anything like that, guys. So if you're looking for different colours, at the moment it's the anthracite grey, and we're going to try and keep those in stock where we can and available for you. Yeah, so if you're looking for a new style of wheel, and I think they look great, because I know some of the there's quite a bit of shortage on other Mazda styles, the 4x100s. These are going to be available as well. But if you look on the front as well, fills the arches really well. And I suppose we can do a comparison, I suppose, with the Pro Race. But it's a 13-inch with a 185, and then you've got a 195. Yes, I get if you're trying to save weight and you want to go for a 13-inch wheel, but as a road car and everything else for daily driving, for ride heights and comfort and everything else, we've always had our demo car, previous ones, the white demo car was on 15s, bang on, drove lovely, absolutely amazing. You'll get way more grip than these 539s anyway, with the R888Rs, 195s on the back. So gearing's bang on, it's as it comes off the Mazda, so it's perfect, works really well. But yeah, it fills the CSR front arch really well. And if you want, you can do a little deco like we've done on here, our new badges, which you've seen, chaps. You know, if you want to do that, and you centre caps for your wheels as well, that sort of finishes it off. So that's the Mazda demo car. You can see it's changed its stance and look and everything else. Hopefully that'll be something you'll want to look into. Any questions, fire us again, like Messenger, Facebook if you want to, or an email, and we can do that, and we'll throw up a link on there for you. But I think it's a cracking wheel, nice design, simple, multi-spoke. Yeah, looking forward to that. Cracking on. Magazine time. I know we don't, but if you're looking at magazines, you're looking for kit cars, like the Mazda car. We got the RX-5 of the Indy. We feature in the kit car guide for 2021 that's been released now. It probably may have hit your doorstep if you've ordered it with the complete kit car magazine, or it'll be on the shelves in WH Smiths and places like that as well. So that's available, and we feature in there as a write-up as well. Cool. Lots going on. It's mad. I don't know where October's gone crazy fast. I don't know where it's gone. It's flown by, and we're trying to get new products to you guys. And where we're having trouble sourcing parts, you know, some of the manufacturing things being a bit slower, then we're doing our very best. So, ordering kits at the moment. Where are we? Where are we, Neil? With kits at the moment, actually. 12 to 14 weeks, guys. Apologies. We are doing our very best to push forward. But we have had a really good increase in kits and ordering and factory built cars options. So 12 to 14 weeks. So if you're looking to get in and you want to get something ready for spring next year, you might want to knock on a door roughly around now and give us a shout. And if you touch base and we give you some feedback, some guidelines, what it costs, what's involved, tap us an email. We can give you some feedback on what it works. And obviously, seeing these videos, you've got questions on it, on how they build them. Hopefully, you'll be able to see this progress further. That'll help you, inspire you to jump in the garage and build something cool like this. So, great. Well, happy Halloween, guys. Enjoy the Grand Prix this weekend, and we'll catch you next week. Like, share, you know where we are.